Conservative radio host Michael Savage went on an ironic anti-revolution rant and anti-Bernie rant. Let's listen.
So as you see, my friends, I'm not so wrong when I say revolution comes to America. It's coming from Sanders and Clinton. It's coming from the Catholic Church, but it's not coming from Michael Savage. We are going to stop this revolution. We are going to save America together. We are not going to sit here passively wringing our hands. And if the time comes, I'm going to make a commitment to you right now. We will be in the streets and we will stop them. Did you hear what I just said? I will not die on this earth and leave this country in ruins for my granddaughter to inherit a wreckage because you were too cowardly to stand up for what you believe. All of you, listen to me very carefully. You may think that you can just listen to radio or read a newspaper or read a blog and stop this. You are wrong. You're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to do what they're doing in Europe to stand up to these communists, or you're not going to have a nation. And if you think you're immune because you're not a rich person, you're crazy. Because first they came for the rich, but you were not rich, and you did not stand up for the rich. And then they came for the middle class, but you didn't stand up for the middle class because you were not even of the middle class. And then when they started to come for the poor, there was no one left to stand up for you because everyone else had been taken out. Do you understand how this works? The communists eat their own. They start to kill each other. They take everything from everyone, and they produce nothing. That's Bernie Sanders in a nutshell.
What a jackass this guy is. He's not coming with pitchforks and guns to get the rich. He's coming with legislation and courtrooms. And he's just trying to uphold the laws that are already on the books. But Wall Street bought influence in the government, so they have a business model that is fraud, as Bernie says all the time, and they get away with it. If you commit fraud, your punk ass is going to jail, you better believe it. If somebody on Wall Street commits fraud, if somebody from Goldman Sachs commits fraud, that's called a Tuesday. No, I've described it before, but we know the details of how they committed fraud. What they would do is they would take these subprime mortgage packages, they would sell it to unsuspecting clients of theirs and tell them they're going to make a lot of money if they just invest in these subprime mortgage packages. Then they would turn around and bet on those same packages to fail. So they sell a product as if it's good, they say it's good, then they bet for it to fail behind the person's back. That's fraud. You're selling something that you're pretending is good, but you know it's not good, and you're making money two ways on it. There's no other term for that except fraud. And now Bernie Sanders wants to implement the law, and your ass is mad at him? No. What a useful idiot for Wall Street and the rich this guy is. And look at, oh my God, with all the drama, please spare me. Bernie doesn't even want a revolution. He wants a political revolution, as he said time and time again. Now, for people who actually follow the issues and care about substance, they know what that means when he says that. He's talking about getting money out of politics. He's talking about actually having a government that represents the people much more than it does. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about a revolution. But you know who is talking about that? You are, Michael Savage. That's why this whole rant was so ironic. And then we're going to go out in the streets and we're going to stop them. Yeah, I said it. Okay, so you want to go out in the streets. You want to stop them. You want to do what they're doing in Europe. That's a wink and a nod to the far right rise in Europe. So again, it's so funny. He's like, the revolution, we must stop it. No, it sounds to me like you're not trying to stop it. You're trying to do it. So if we have a natural, democratic, organic uprising to actually enforce the laws and fix the system, and you say, no, I'm going to go out in the street and stop you, that would be you committing a revolution. And I know, he can't help himself. The poor rich, oh no. First they came for the rich, and I didn't say anything. Okay, Bernie Sanders does not plan on arresting professional athletes, arresting your doctor, arresting small business owners who might rake in $800,000 a year. The dude is not anti-rich. What he's saying is, let's enforce the laws we have, let's fix the system, let's make people pay their fair share, and let's make the system more democratic. So when you're crying about the rich and how oppressed they are and how there's class warfare going on, no, it's actually the exact opposite. There was a recent study that came out from Oxfam which found that the richest 62 people on the planet now have more wealth than the bottom 3.7 billion. 62 people have more than half the fucking world. Okay, the class warfare is already happening. It already happened. And it was waged by the rich on the middle class and the poor. And now when somebody like Bernie comes along to try to help fix it and move it in the right direction, this idiot's like, no! You have to allow them to rob us and steal from us and rig the system and fuck us in every imaginable way.